the Dean Trailway's fifth quarter.
Ten teams in our area entered the night hoping to hoist a regional championship and punch a ticket to the state semifinals. 6 teams were playing tonight, 4 tomorrow. So thanks as always for tuning in to the Dean Trailway's fifth quarter. I'm Ian Kress.
And I'm Haley Schoengart. We're going to start the fun in Division 2 because East Lansing was at home looking for its first regional title since 2007.
Ooh, the Trojans have lost their last 5 times in the regional title game, and Bill Faracca was looking to end that streak tonight against Byron Center, who scored first. But late in the first quarter, Ben Fletcher going to connect with Charlie Baker, and the senior puts the defenders on skates, and good luck trying to bring him down as he makes his way into the end zone. East Lansing would take a 1-point lead after the extra point. Byron Center would answer back in the second quarter. Tyler Summers scores and helps BC lead by 6 at halftime, but second half, all Trojans. Jace Clarizio just received an offer from Michigan State, and the junior running back gives East Lansing the lead once again. This was a back-and-forth game, and East Lansing trailing again near the goal line. Fletcher to Owen Fortman results in another lead for the Trojans. Then for the play of the night, EL got the ball back, faced 3rd and 7 from its own 12, and Fletcher throws a dime to Andrew Waters. The quarterback turned wide receiver turns on the Jets for his first touchdown of the season. East Lansing wins big 42-20 for its first regional title since 2007, and Bill Faracca wants these players to cherish in the moment.
That's a memory that will never be forgotten, and the circumstances involved, it's pretty cool. It's pretty doggone cool. So we're happy for them and happy for the kids.
It's crazy because Coach been talking about it all week, how we haven't won it since 2007, and we came with the mentality to come win it, and it's just exciting. It's a great feeling to win.
Oh, I bet it does.
Yeah,
well, in Division 3, we had ourselves a rematch on hand as top-ranked Mason was on the road once again, taking on Wald Lake Western.
Now, these two met just 8 weeks ago when it was the Bulldogs pulling off a 30-7 victory. And let's just say this one was much closer. Buckle up and grab some popcorn because this might be game of the year worthy. In the first, the Bulldogs try some tricks of their own. AJ Martell gets the snap, rolls out, and finds a wide-open Kason Carswell, who gets into the paint to put Mason up by 3, but the Warriors would have some tricks of their own after halftime. How about a pick 6? To make things interesting, Troy Temple is at the right place at the right time, and there is nothing but green grass in front of him. Wald Lake increases their lead to 12, but the Bulldogs weren't packing up that easy. Martell was looking like Blake Corum out there. He's going to get in for 6 to give Mason the lead once again, this time by 3, but you've guessed it, the Warriors would tie things up once again with a field goal. Here it comes.
It's good.
It is good. So you know what that means. We've got some free football. In overtime, Wald Lake would settle for another field goal, so all Mason would need is a touchdown to win it, and guess who they're dialing up?
Who?
Caleb Parrish, even with a club on his hand, comes up when his team needs him the most. What an unreal game. Mason wins it 44-41 the final. A performance that left this bunch at a loss for words.
Speechless that a kid with that kind of an injury can make a catch over and over like that. And the catch he made at the end was incredible.
Our goal is to win the state championship ever since we're little kids. We've always been, a dominant grade. They've been talking about us, the whole community, since middle school. When we didn't lose a game, we blew every team out. So there's high expectations for us. So we have to prove that.
Wow,
Absolutely.
What a game. You were right. Game of the year worthy right there, that's for sure.
Hope y'all had some popcorn.
Yes, so there was another CAAC Red team still standing in these playoffs, and it was Haslett in Division 4.
And while playing for a regional title has almost become routine in recent years for Mason, this was Haslett's first shot at a regional championship since 2005. For more on the Vikings' big game, we bring in the third member of our team, Tyler Dreesinger. What's up, Tyler?
Hey guys, yeah, the Vikings had to travel to Goodrich for the regional title game tonight, but the Vikings showed they can be road warriors last week when they went to Chelsea and knocked off a top 5 Bulldog team for the regional title. Goodrich raced out to a 17-0 lead tonight, but here come the Vikings in the second quarter. Have you ever seen a kickoff return where one guy hands it off to another guy and then they both wait for a third guy to run over and take the ball from him? Well, now you have, and you can't argue with the result. It's Cora who takes it up the sideline and all the way to the house to get the Vikings on the board. On the next Haslett possession, it's Corey's brother, Niles, buying time, rolling out to the sideline, and he says, you know what, I think I'll run it back to the other sideline. He dodges a couple would-be tacklers. He'll fumble at the end of this play here, but they would rule him down beforehand. A big gain to set up a Haslett field goal. They trailed just 17-10 at the break. Third quarter, Goodrich pushes the lead back to 2 scores as Max Macklem stretches the play out, finds a lane, and scampers 34 yards for the touchdown, 24-10 Martians. So the Haslett in need of a little more Amakri magic. Niles rolls out to his right and heaves it downfield to his brother. Corey's down there somewhere. Corey is 1 on 3 here, but they rule he's the one who came down with it. Touchdown Haslett, but the Vikings couldn't find that tying score. Goodrich hangs on for a 24-17 win. The Portland Red Raiders had a 2-hour drive to play their regional title game tonight against Niles. Would the bus ride home have a championship trophy on board? Plus, the reigning state champs look to march one step closer to Ford Field as Jackson Lumen Christi battled Clinton. Those highlights and more when the Dean Trailways 5th quarter returns. There has been no slowing down the Portland Red Raiders this fall. Not only did they boast an undefeated record heading into tonight's regional title game, but they'd also scored at least 30 points in 10 of the 11 games. Portland made the 140-mile hike to Niles for this regional championship matchup. We start the second half tied at 7. Portland pitches it to their star back, Caden Thalen. He cuts inside down the sideline, makes not one but 2 tacklers miss, and waltzes in the end zone to give Portland the lead back. The Red Raiders recover a fumble that series. Quarterback Navarro will make both the Niles defense and the cameraman fall for the fake. He'll take it 45 yards to make it a 21-7 Portland lead. Niles not going down easily on the goal line. Paul Hess dives into the end zone to make it a 1-score game again. Vikings will go for the onside kick, try to set up a game-tying drive, but Tyler Smith pounces on it for Portland. The Raiders seal the deal and are regional champs by a final score of 21-14.
They just keep on rolling. Well, in Division 5, Corona was back in the regional title game and looking to reach the state semifinals for the first time since 1996.
They were also hoping to keep its perfect season alive.
That's right. The Cavaliers were at home taking on Lutheran North, and they were having some fun tonight. Wyatt Bauer was slinging it all season long, and he starts things off by throwing a dart to his brother, Tarek Bauer, in the middle of the field, and he is gone like the wind. That is great hair, by the way. Corona will then get the ball back after this on a fumble, and the Cavs hand it off to Parker Isham, who takes it up the gut, shakes off a tackle, and extends the lead to 14 for Corona. There was just plenty more where that came from. Lucas Curran is handed the ball before the end of the first quarter, takes it in for another Corona touchdown. The Cavs topple Lutheran North 56-18 to claim their first regional title in 27 years. Well, our journey around mid-Michigan wouldn't be complete without a stop at the reigning champs, Jackson Lumen Christi, who are no stranger to playing football in the month of November.
Since 2013, the Titans have won 6 regional titles, and we're looking to raise that to number 7. Tonight, the Titans welcomed Clinton to town. The Red Wolves would lead by 1 at halftime. So what would Lumen bust out? Some trickery, of course. Timmy Crowley tosses it to the hands of Gabe King, who basically looks like he's in Madden out there, and caps things off with a spin move into the end zone to help Lumen Christi retake the lead. Now their defense would come up just as clutch too. Pierre Gray Jr. gets to the QB, which causes a fumble right to Cincinnati commit Aiden Pastoriza, and they would make sure to cash in, courtesy of a man who basically lived in the end zone all year long. Isaac Rayberg collects his 12th rushing touchdown of the season. Lumen Christi adds another trophy to its case. 21-14 the final. And before you ask, for Coach Herb Brogren, no, this site never gets old.
Regardless of how many times you've been there, whatever, this is these kids' first time, and you just love to see them get the opportunities to accomplish something, and they did a great job tonight. I thought the entire backfield played well. I thought we blocked well against a physical football team, but I'm kind of at a loss for words, but we made plays when we had to. We answered physically in the second half when we got pushed around a little bit early in the ball game, and we came back and settled down, and I thought played a great second half of football.
They sure did. What a night for our area football teams. 5 of the 6 that went tonight won a regional championship, so congrats to those who are one step closer to Ford Field. And speaking of chasing titles, the MSU women's soccer team began their NCAA tournament run tonight.
That's right. The Spartans took on Ohio, University of Ohio, that is, at the Martin Stadium to kick things off.
Yeah, we'll have those highlights after the break, and the MSU hockey team was playing its first home conference series of the young season. It's another top 25 showdown. Grab a snack, meet us right back. If you know, you know. We'll see you later. Welcome back. After falling in the first round of the Big Ten tournament, the Michigan State women's soccer team was back on the pitch tonight.
Yeah, Coach Jeff Haslett said if there was any silver lining to it, it was that they got some extra prep time for the NCAA tournament, which began tonight. The Spartans secured the 5 seed this year and were able to host Ohio University, who had to play some defense and fast. Bella Najera earns a penalty kick with under 3 minutes to play, and the freshie goes bar down to get the Spartans on the board first. And if you thought she was done there, well, think again. This time she comes up with a grade A assist to Justina Gaynor. And need we say more? A laser into the back of the net puts the Spartans up 2-0 at halftime. Najera would add an additional goal in the second half to help Michigan State move on to round 2 by the score of 3-0 the final.
So while soccer was happening at DeMartin, hockey was happening at Mun Ice Arena.
Michigan State's hockey team dropped the puck on a new series with Penn State.
Yeah, the 11th ranked Spartans were fresh off a series sweep at Ohio State last weekend and kept the good vibes rolling for a bit. Isaac Howard scores his 4th goal this season and gives MSU a 3-0 lead in the second period. However, Penn State would complete the comeback effort in the third. Matt DiMarsicu nets the equalizer with under 3 minutes to play, and after things went to the shootout, Penn State is able to get one more than MSU. The Nittany Lions win the shootout. Both teams back at it again tomorrow at 4 p.m.
As we told you earlier in the week, Okemos native Ozan Barish and Max Sheldon captured the first national championship in the history of MSU men's tennis by winning the doubles title at the ITA Fall National Championships. They both feel the win validated a belief they've had for a long time, that they are one of the top duos in the nation.
We can play a very high level of tennis, and we started to find that again throughout the week. And then once we had that, we felt like, you know, we have a really good chance of winning this thing.
For me and Ozan, it's just a huge momentum boost because there's still a ton of time left in the season, and, you know, gives us the confidence we need, and we believe that we can do so much more.
Also, one thing to mention, in case you haven't heard, Jim Harbaugh has been suspended for the remainder of the regular season, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, big game for Michigan.
Yeah, they play Penn State, Michigan State at Ohio State. Should be fun.
Yeah.
Not going to be easy for the Spartans, or obviously for Michigan without their head coach.
We'll see how that goes. But thanks as always for tuning into the show. We'll see you later.